Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy Thursday. Yes. I am excited to be with y'all today for more than one reason. We are pulling in the end of this identity series. So this is an exciting day. And I hope you guys are excited. And I have a fabulous guest that I'm going to bring on very shortly. So I know y'all see my flyers because she's fly. Okay, so I'm excited about this. And so when I bring her on, you guys are going to know why I chose her today. But you already know what I'm going to do. I'm about to share. It's a share party. So y'all know what I'm going to do. While I'm sharing on my page, you share for somebody and let them know that we on live and we about to get this conversation in. So go ahead and do that. We're going to do that real quick. Share, 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 share. And if you're watching the replay, put replay on here so I can know that you are, because this is going to be a dynamic show today. Okay. I think I'm almost done with the sharing part. How was y'all day, y'all? You know, let me tell y'all something. Can I just be really honest? This last couple of weeks have been a lot, okay? A whole lot. And, you know, I'm a person that's always positive, but I have to be honest when I say it has been, it's April been coming in hot. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but it's been something else. So I definitely am holding on, and I hope that y'all doing good. I don't know. I'm just always, I try to speak positive words. I'm careful with my words, so I don't want to say anything that's, you know, opposite of how I move. But I also just saying, like, y'all, it's been a little bit. So, you know, I definitely want to make sure that I'm grateful today and I'm expressing gratitude. Okay. I also want to give my apologies out. On Tuesday, I was on an amazing show with this host called Chevelle Simone, and I was on Soulful Stimulation, and it was I had the best time. I was so honored that she had me on her show, and I attempted to go live from my phone, and I realized that the sound was off. And y'all rock with me, so y'all love me so much because y'all still was on there chatting and commenting, and I listened to the sound, and I'm like, this sound was horrible. And the phone died out while I was there. I don't know what was going on, but I was able to share it back. So if you want to see it, I shared it onto the page what their version of the live was. But anyway, it was still an amazing time. I was so honored to be invited on because nobody has to, you know, invite you on anything. And I was treated so well. I even left with a handbag. Matter of fact, one of my gifts, look at this. She gave me this gift. I mean, I have so many beautiful things. I feel so loved. And so it was really awesome. We talked about toxic relationships. And so really honored, really grateful. But thank y'all for understanding because I really didn't get a chance to do my normal live. But we pulling it in and we bringing it back in today. So again, today we have an amazing young lady that I know from my church. And it's so funny. You ever meet somebody and you're like, I need to know them. And not because of I want to be seen type of thing, but something about them, you know what I'm saying? Something about them that just radiates. As I get older, I learned that that's joy. That's what I see. I see joy radiating in this person and just pure zeal and just, you know, pureness. And you know what's more impressive about her than anything is that she's the same when everybody's watching and she's the same when nobody's watching. I love her humility and I love just her realness. And so I was like, you know what? In this identity series, today we're talking about what identity looks like. Once you do the work, you know, you're getting it in. What does it look like for you to finally step into your identity? And what does it look like for you to walk in your own lane and carve it out? And so I think she's a great example of that. So I'm gonna introduce her on. Her name is Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley. Okay, let me tell you something. You're not gonna say just her first name. You're not gonna ever do that. You're gonna say it all because it all matters. It's the whole package. And so I'm just excited to have her on. Let me bring her on. She is the owner of On Purpose Cleaning. And at the end of the show, I will let her give you all her information because you're gonna want to partner with her. But let me bring on my sister. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi. Happy Thursday.
Listen, listen, sis, how was your week? How's your week been?
It's been, I'm going to say this.
Mm-hmm.
When you are laying a foundation to build a business, like all kind of happens.
Yes.
But I am so excited to be in it, right? So the answer to your question, it's been stressful, happy, joyful. I made a lot of money. I didn't make some money. I had employees call out for me. But at the same time, I own my own business. And from that, it just can go up. So all those little things, I need them to be able to grow. So that's how my week has been.
Well, listen, sis, we're here. And so, I mean, we operate in gratitude, and everything I just said, I hope
make sure I stay in the middle of the screen.
You listen, they can see you. All they can do is they see you. They see
my hair. Can you see the orange, green, and purple?
Listen, first of all, you already know you fly. I saw you. I was like, thank you. You did a video where they actually show how you color. I'm like, yes. You know what? I was always curious how that happened. And I love the creativity. So I was just like, yes, y'all see why I chose her. When we're talking about identity, we're talking about uniqueness. Come on. You put a light to it. And I just feel like everything that I said, I add more to it before I take it away. You just are somebody who radiates joy. And it's not just about your hair color. I mean, your hair color could have been all black, but you just seep it out of your skin. And if I know anything about joy, and I do, you don't fall into joy. Joy happens, it's built, it's intentional. And you fight for joy. You fight for joy. Yes. So I don't know your whole story, but I have to know that you fought for this thing. And why you unapologetic about it, because when you fight for a thing, I don't have to ask for permission. I'm not, looking to you to say, is it okay to be me? No. At some point I'll say, you know what, this is how I'm walking. This is what I'm doing. And so I'm excited to talk about this. So just let me give you guys a recap again about what I say identity is, right? And I'm just giving definitions. Again, the basis of identity is being able to have your core and who you are, not what people say you are, not, your social circles, not your religion, not your family, not your spouse, not your kids, not nobody, not your friends. You literally have to figure out when nobody's there, who are you? What do you represent? What are your core values? And so I'm going to ask you the question I asked somebody else last week. And this is like, I'm just throwing it at her, y'all. I'm just throwing this question at her because I just want to see what she's going to say. I think it's going to be interesting. If you describe yourself, your inner identity, who you believe you are in the core, and they ask you to use 3 adjectives to describe, what's the first 3 to come to your head about yourself?
So loud, visual, and bold.
I like that. Okay. See, I knew you was going to have something that was just...
I told somebody wanted to have a conversation with me, and they was like, let's do a phone call. I said, no, let's do a video call, because you need to get all of this, right? Like, it's not about me being arrogant, because I got so many flaws going on. It's crazy. But it's the confidence that I exude that lets me know, if you want to get to know me, this is how you get to know me. Like the whole thing. It's not, like you said, it's not about the hair. So I use those adjectives because those are demanding things, right? When you walk into a room, loud, bold, and visual is going to capture your attention, whether you like it or not.
And it doesn't even matter, right?
It doesn't even matter.
Now,
first, let me just give you a shout out. First of all, an honor to be on your platform. I am just, when you ask me, it is an honor. I mean, your setup is amazing. Like, I am so happy for you. It's just amazing from where we start and where we are. And this is just the beginning for you. So congratulations, my sister, for all your success and your continued endeavors. Okay, let's get it.
Aw, you're so sweet. I appreciate you. That was so proud of you. I appreciate you. And you know what? I think
I'm on the media. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the middle, right? We media.
You're so happy. You keep on
to
man. You are
trying to make sure my shirt.
That's the case. We need to move the screen back and forth so we're at the same. You good, girl. We good. Okay. But this is where, and listen, I appreciate you. Even the old me would be like, girl, no. The new me is I'm gonna take all my flowers, because I'm gonna give all the flowers I can give, because guess what? We can't do too much of that, right? I mean, I'm gonna big somebody up, and I'm allowing them to big me up too. I'm not about to have that false humility anymore, because guess what? We work hard for this. Like, people don't get. You fight hard for your peace. You fight hard for your joy. You fight hard for being kind. You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's not easy. So listen, I'm gonna give you the floor. You know, like I said, we're talking about identity and what makes Ebonie Sara Louise. First of all.
That's the beginning of the identity right there.
Okay, come on, let's go.
There, because I am the youngest daughter. I am the only daughter, and I had two grandmothers. So instead of fighting whose middle name I'm gonna get, they gave me both grandmothers' names. So I had my father's mother's name and my mother's name. So as a child growing up, I hated this country name. Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley, you know, I was, always tomboy, ghetto, kind of thug. That name didn't fit me, right? So I used to hate when the teachers had to use my whole name, right? So all my childhood life up until probably like 30, I hated my name. And what happened was, when I lost both of my grandmothers, God told me to go back to the original name he called me. So then I started using Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley with my Gmail, email, website, everything, because I am their legacy. You know, I am a living their prayers. This is the answer.
Come on, man. You better don't come preaching up here.
I'm the answer. So that's where the identity started with, because I tried to choose my own identity from the identity my parents gave me. I didn't want Sara Louise, but it was mine. So that's kind of where it started. And then, you know, I grew up, you know, gang banging, you know, GD, smoking weed, drinking, sleeping with men that didn't love me, making a whole bunch of bad decisions, like just doing a lot of shit wrong, right? And I was chasing identity. I remember being able to. I have a lazy eye, right? My left eye is lazy. One of my flaws. I hated growing up. I used to get talked about. You cross-eyed, what you looking at? It used to be horrible. I had so many fights on the playground because of my eye. But what happened was, as I grew up, I started to understand that didn't make me who I was. So, you know, so in the time that I didn't know who I was, because I didn't know who I was until I found out who I was. Real talk. So, you know, when I used to chase it. So I used to hang around people. I used to go to the club. I used to put the makeup on. I used to put the cat suits. Y'all remember cat suits?
You know you remember it, girl. You already know.
I used to try to be somebody for somebody to like me. You know, I used to try to be the person, the woman that the man want to leave the club with, the woman that the man want to go to breakfast with, the woman that the man want to take to the motel. But you know what? I was never that girl. And for so long, I thought it was because of who I wasn't, it's because of why I didn't get chosen. So I took a lot of advice, like, you know, because my hair, the reason why I'm like this with my hair, the reason why it's always messy, because I come from a place where I had short hair, brittle, black. It was just horrible. So now it's like, this is who I am. So as I started to grow into trying to figure it out, I was holding on to other people's identities. Like I was trying to hold on to the identity of the man I was sleeping with. I was trying to hold on to the identity who my mama thought I wanted me to be. I was trying to hold on to identity, like, who's gonna like me today? That's the person that I wanted to be. You know, it's not until real talk, it's not until October 10th, 2009, when my daughter got arrested. She was hit with 4 to 10 years to go to prison. She was hit with accessory to residential burglary. And this was in 2009. And that's the day I kind of started to find myself. That's the day I started to see myself as who I am. That was the day I found out that I didn't have to live in a box no more. And real talk, you said something about other people putting us in boxes. Let's talk about the box we put ourselves in. That's because ain't nobody put you in a box unless you was in the box already. So the box I was putting myself in was horrible. It was dark. It was painful. Like I did so much shit. I did so much stuff to try to be who I thought I was supposed to be. And baby, now that I am who I'm supposed to be, it's like the freedom right? The freedom in it. But it's just so many other things. But that my answer pretty much, make a long story short, make a long story longer. It's just when you don't know who you are, you will never find your identity. And sometimes we look for people to tell us who we are, or for how we're raised. Okay, I was raised like this, so that's who I am. And baby, I found out that ain't none of that for me. And it's not until I started to walk in freedom, like, you know what, I don't have to worry about I don't care about my eye. I don't care if boys don't like me because of my eye. I don't care if my hair is short. I don't care if I got a little pudgy. I don't care that my face just will not I keep getting bumps. I don't care no more, right? Because I'm gonna do the things to try to help me day to day. But what it is what it is, and what you see is what you get. And if you ain't rocking with me, you're not rocking with me.
Listen, sis, first of all, I knew this was gonna be like dynamic anyway. So let me just since you took a breath, let me come in real quick. I gotta dissect that for y'all because she done dropped a lot on us. Okay, you done took me through, and I don't think I knew a lot of this. So this is
yes.
And so one of the things you said, first of all, I love when you broke down the name and the legacy thing from your grandmothers, because oftentimes we are so much trying to run away from, what, like you said, I'm their answered prayers, or our bloodlines and our generations. And let me be clear, you can honor where you came from and still be your own person. I'm gonna say that again for somebody who don't believe it's possible. Where you came from and pay them homage and still be in person. And I think sometimes we're trying to carve out the path, and we think, oh, we're running away from that because I don't want to have to be like them. And you don't realize that it's actually a blessing for you to be your full self, because that's what they sacrificed for. Even if they might have not wanted that for you, it was never about that. It was about the sacrifices they made so you can be in 2021 being how you are in the fullness of who you are. So that's right. You came.
Right. And then the path, it's my path. Right. Yeah. It's not, I'm about to be 50 years old.
Wait a minute, hold the thing, because baby, y'all didn't hear that, because y'all probably don't believe it. I know y'all probably thought she was a young hot thing at 23, and I mean,
I am kind of hot though. I am kind of hot.
First of all, you are hot. Let's be clear. They probably was thinking, oh, she got this little girl on here, and listen. She is. Say it again. I ain't gonna say your age for you.
I'm about to be 50 on July 26th. I make the 5.
You are.
I have a 31-year-old daughter.
First of all, that's what blew me away, because I'm like, how, where, and what? And I knew her age, but let me tell you, that's not for me to tell. But let me tell you something. I saw when she told me how old she was. I'm like, first of all, that's how you know God is good, because I really believe He keeps you. Okay, you are kept. Okay? Man, you are kept, because it's not just your hair color. Y'all pull that back from her. Yeah. Her vivaciousness, her joy, her energy. Y'all know where I met her at? And I'm going to tell her business a little bit. You want to know where I met her at? In the bathroom of our church. You know what she was doing?
What was I doing? What was I doing?
She was cleaning the bathroom. And guess what? Didn't nobody want that job? Let's talk about it. Don't nobody want that job. It ain't up there next to nobody. You can't be seen. Don't nobody want that job. But she was right there going ahead, and she's cleaning, and she was doing it to what I call excellence. And it wasn't for nobody else. You could tell she just was doing it because this is what she does. And then I found out she had a cleaning business, so that made it 10 times better, because now you are just doing it because because this is what you want it to be. This is my church, and I feel like I want to, help in this way. And I remember nobody's around. I used to get to church at 6 in the morning, and I remember when I would leave late, and she in the bathroom cleaning, and I would just be like, this beautiful person that you would think with this loud hair and all this other stuff, these things. You would think that she wanted to be in a spotlight, and she's humble and working. And that spoke so many more values than anything you could ever say. Remember, I think I said to you, I said, you have a beautiful heart. I said that when I first met you. I ain't know you. I'm watching how you move.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I appreciate that. And what I want to say, I want to talk to, some people. I just want to say too, like, it was all a choice, right? And that's the thing about On Purpose. If you see ESLK On Purpose, my business is called On Purpose Cleaning. That's the name. It's intentional. I had to get to a place where I had to stop just letting stuff happen. Oh, you know, I was mad because somebody pissed me off, or I'm happy because the man he called me, or I had joy because my paycheck hit. I had to learn that it has to be in me regardless of what happens. So it's on purpose. So a lot of people are like, are you like that all the time? Like all the time. And don't get me wrong. I'll have a moment, I cry. It's a lot of emotions I go through, but at the end of all of it, I got to choose to have the happiness because I want to be able to be the light for somebody. I want to be the people what I didn't have for myself, right? And just growing up with a lot of flaws and just, you know, kind of being rejected a lot. I ain't just talking about me, and I just want to help people. I just want to help people build a brand. I want to help people on social media. I just want to help people. But what that did, it got looked at with me trying to be around people. You know, people thought, oh, she just trying to be close to you. But really, because I didn't have nothing to do, once I gave up smoking weed, drinking, having sex, doing a whole bunch of other stuff, masturbating, let's keep it real, you know, because I was that thing. But once I was able to get past all that stuff that I was kind of self-inflicting on myself, I had to make a choice to be like, you know what? I want something that is for me every day and not because of a circumstance or a person, whatever. So when those things happen, the end of the day go way up. But in the morning, I'm choosing to live life on purpose and to be happy on purpose and to have joy on purpose and to bless people on purpose and to just smile at people and things like that. Because you know what? When I lay down by myself at night, me, myself, and I, it makes me, no matter how my bank account is, no matter what's going on, I just have that joy because I'm living in by my own choice, like you say, outside that box that I put myself in. And I just want to live a happy, successful life, but I want it to be on my terms. Now, don't get me wrong. All the, Bible thumpers. God is in control. I love God. Yep, all that. I'm just talking about there's something that we need to do in that as well. And for me, I want to choose it. I want to choose on purpose every day how my day is. What's going to happen? Because if I keep letting things, or if we keep letting things control us, y'all will be somewhere under a rock.
Listen, let me put a pin in you again because you'll be dropping these gems, ma'am. I want to pull them up there. First of all, sidebar, mama, I don't know if I want to call her sister, mama, auntie. She give me all them vibes. Chevelle Simone on here saying, "Hey, Ebony girl."
That's my twin. We call each other twins.
That's what she said. She said, "Hey, twin."
Let me tell you why we do that.
Why?
Because when we were at Valley Kingdom Ministry, we had the same spirit. We was both loud. We both talked out of turn. Everybody told us to be quiet. We danced all up and down. So it was like we had that same vibe. So that's how we connected, because it was like we had that same kindred spirit. So we call each other
twin.
Oh, hey, twin.
I love it. So that's why I'm attracted to both of y'all. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And a small world, because I went to Valley Kingdom for a very short period of time. So funny, everybody did. That's fine. Yeah. So, but yeah, you said so much. If you would, well, like that's one thing I like to talk about is about making sure that you understand life doesn't just happen to you. You have to be intentional. That's our big word, intentionality. That's what I talk about all the time, is being intentional. Stop talking about just allowing it to happen to you as though you're just a victim of your circumstances, and we're not. We're somebody that we wake up, and the fact that we're given another day's breath, the fact that you woke up with a sound mind, the fact that you had something over your head, and I'm not trying to get like all super spiritual. I'm just saying, even if you don't necessarily believe in God or whatever, you have to know that it's a blessing for you, especially after 2020, to wake up with your breath, okay? And so when you do that, the next part is to make an intentional choice to say, hey, I'm going to walk in joy. I'm going to walk in peace. And guess what? You're doing that. And that's like, I'm telling you, it's half the battle. Because literally, that's a thing. So I'm going to ask you a question, because I know that's half the battle. What do you say to the person that says, hey, how do I walk in joy? I go through so much in my life. Like you were talking, you started to tell your story about how, in 2009, everything changed for you. You start to look at yourself. It sounds like you started to look inward and started to figure out what I really stand for? What am I really doing here in my life, and figuring things out. So to that person that's listening to you, what are some, if they say, hey, I want to be joyful, I want to be full of zeal, I want to be somebody that walks in peace. How did you get there after you deal with the rejection, after you deal with so much heartbreak, after you deal with all these things that you were dealing with? How do you start to get there? I know it's a loaded question, but I think you have an answer that I want to hear.
Okay, cool. So first, what I want to say is, a lot of times how you know you're choosing something intentionally and you're trying to work on yourself, because your outer shell starts to look ugly to you. Let me tell you, see, a lot of times when I was bad, when I was doing everything wrong, baby, my makeup, my face was flawless. My makeup used to be flawless. My hair with, my wigs, and my hair used to be, used to get that hairspray and I had perms, in the move. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I noticed is when I started to change, I did not like anything on the outside. I did not like the way I looked. I didn't like my hair. I didn't like nothing. And I had to learn. That was a perfect example. That was a perfect example, confirmation that I was working in the inside. Because the outside, it is going to be a reflection, but I had to start somewhere, right? So everything that I was putting on, everything I was trying to create, it started to look ugly because I was going in the inside. I was trying to fix myself in the inside. So the question is, how do you start? Man, it's a choice. First you gotta know that you want to do it, right? And let me keep it real. It didn't happen to me till I was forced to choose it. And I try to tell everybody, don't wait till your back is against the wall. I didn't start this changes to my daughter's about to face. That's my only daughter. Like, my only child was facing 4 to 10 years in prison. Like that, 2 years was crazy. So my back was against the wall. I didn't have a choice. But now, as I grow, I'm choosing different things now on purpose. So how do you do that? I think first you just got to get rid of whatever it is that's like bringing anything negative. So we're in a relationship and it ain't going nowhere. Like, you need to get out, right? If you are at a job and things are happening, you got to switch that light switch on. A lot of times we think our manager is this and people around us is this, but a lot of times we are the atmosphere changers. Once we change our mindset, everything around us change. And that's how you start. You start to do things different. I don't want to be the same woman I was on yesterday, today. Every day I try to be a better woman, person, mother, daughter, all that stuff. Don't get me wrong. I failed at it a lot. But you know what? The next day, I get another chance to try it again. And that's all. I just say try. Whatever that thing is that is, we all know what's holding us down. We all know what's negative. We all know it. But just make a different decision in one area. Just start small. In one area. And what worked for me may not work for you, but we got to find out what works for us. And let me tell you how you find out what's working for you. I was about to say something. When the people around you are talking about you acting different, that's how you know.
Listen. And you done said a whole lot, but I knew you were going to say a whole lot. No, but it's good, a whole lot. I love it. First thing you said was that you're changing when the outside, you don't like it anymore. And the reason why I see that clearly is that the stuff that we used to make up, I tell people all the time, we can pretty up a thing that's ugly in the inside. We can do it. And sometimes when you are starting to get it all together, that's really called the detox, okay? And that's what you were doing. You were detoxing that whatever that you felt you needed to be. And so you were getting it off. And a detox, what is it? It's ugly. A detox smell
baby, good. When you use the bathroom,
yes.
Come on. I'm sorry.
It has to come out. It has to flush out. And it's not pretty. And when you don't realize that when you have all that on there, it'd be like, I had all that on me. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I didn't realize this was all it is. And then now that it's detox, once you strip all the bad out, you can start building up the good. And you can say, okay, well, this is how I want to show up. And this is what I want to do. And it's not going to always be easy. We're not saying that. That's not what she's saying. But she's saying you make a decision every day. And I love something you said. You said that you fail a lot. Sometimes I think what the biggest thing I think people get frustrated is they think that people arrive and they just never had a problem. And the reality is that every single day you're going to work towards something and you might not actually achieve what you set out to, but that's okay. You don't stop. You don't stop. Keep on. You figure out where you at and keep on going, and that's the beauty of being resilient, having grit. Because I think you have a lot of grit and being able to say, I mean, grit is a great word, actually.
Yes, I receive it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I found out they said millionaires. You hear that? You heard me just say that, right? Millionaires, a lot of self-made millionaires. That's one of the things they said, that you can't get in school, you can't get anywhere. You just have to have it. Yes, and that grit is that perseverance, that resiliency to be able to keep going no matter what. That self-starter in you. So I see that you have that. So I know it's good. And then you said something else that was so good about the whole idea of, when you're really starting to change, because not only are you going to shed parts of you, but you're going to shed anybody attached to you. It ain't right.
And let me tell you, it might be your mama, your father. Like, we ain't talking about the girlfriend at the store or somebody you talk to. We talking about immediate people that come to press you, to make you go back to the choice that you made, make you make another choice, make you go back on the choice that you made. I'll say that. And real talk, and to answer the question, failure has to be an option. Failure has to be an option if you want to change.
Yes.
If you are not looking to fail, you are not going to change. And we need to
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay.
I just want to I love what you just said. Whether or not you think you're gonna fail, you will. The thing is, the reality is, the sooner that you embrace the idea that you can fail, then you will move forward. Because people are delusional too, to think that they can't never did nothing's wrong, right? Oh, I did nothing wrong. Oh, I did, or I didn't have to do this because of that. And so that's gonna hold you in a place. You're not gonna grow, not being able to recognize the failures.
Yes.
When I ask somebody, hey, what went wrong in the situation, and they can never say it was them ever, not ever, I realize that there's something that's stuck there.
I mean, like, it was me, my bad. Like, I know I need to change, like what I need to do different. Like, I get that. Like, it has to be an option, because if failure is not an option, we ain't gonna rise nowhere. There is no destination, there is no nothing. So we have to be able to fail, and we need to celebrate our failure. Because that's learning, that stepping stones is what we learn. Because guess what? You're not gonna do it again. So why not celebrate the moment that was taught to you to never ever venture to again?
And I can tell you too why some people don't know how to celebrate failure, because they look at it as being a permanent state.
You know why? Because we was taught that crap. We were taught in the homes. We were taught that if you fail, go hide somewhere. Don't show nobody. Or we're not going to tell nobody outside the family because we too embarrassed.
Condemnation, shame, put it in the closet, put the skeleton. We're not going to talk about it. What happens in this house stays in this house. I mean, we all know about all that stuff. And the reality of it is that the only way that you come out of the darkness is just to say, hey, and reveal it. Like, I used to love, like, I've never really been that funny with the dozens and stuff. You seem like you probably good at it. But I've never been good with stuff like that. But I will say that one of the reasons why I used to love when people were doing it, because I always noticed they always have fast comebacks. They could think really quickly on their feet about, insults or whatever. But one of the things I love is that when somebody talk about themselves, like if somebody was a big person, they were like, yeah, I'm fat, I love to eat. And it would take the tension off of everything, because now you can't attack me with what I just said about me. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to sit here and I'm going to say it before you say it. And what that does is that disarms your enemy.
You know what? I used to say all the time, doing when I started to change, I used to say, you know what? I'm going to tell everybody I used to be a hoe, because when I go and run for mayor of Chicago, right, you're not going to be able to get no dirt on me. I'm telling my dirt now. I used to be a hoe, but I ain't a hoe no more. So now what you going to do? You can't find. So if you find some tapes of me,
girl,
you can't use it against me now, because I already told you.
But let me say this though. That's the great part about transparency. And some people, look at you don't have to tell everybody your business. It's not about, first of all, stop being what's that called?
I'm just about to say,
you're a people. You know what I'm saying? And this idea of what people can do for you or what they might think of you. When you get to a point and you're like, you said something earlier I loved. You said when you actually start to walk in freedom, baby, it's something about it. It's like you feel like it's a different air on you. You feel lighter. You feel things come off your shoulder. When you stop coming with them burdens, when you let shame off you, because shame is so heavy. Shame will have you stuck in something that you don't want to be in because you think that that's who you are. That's why I tell people not to label people. I was talking a couple weeks ago. I said, I don't like the word felons. Let me tell you why. I don't like it because it basically says somebody made a decision, maybe one-time decision.
Yeah.
They, for the rest of their life, they're classified as this thing. And I think they've done probably 10 times more things than that. But y'all say that's the worst thing and you're going to put them in a box. Don't do that. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I have to be careful. God showed me. Let me show you what he showed me. He told me, don't call people liars. Even when I think they lie a lot. He said, because now you put an identity on them. I'm like, he said, so do you know, you don't want to be like Satan is as a fault finder and an accuser. So don't do that. I'm like, but they lie a lot. And he's like, no, you can say that's a person that struggles with telling the truth, but don't label them a liar because they can change and they can hold on to what your words are. And I realized, oh my God.
And it penetrates.
Yes.
It penetrates when you do that. And that thing right there, because if we could just all remember where we came from and share with others, how much happier, especially in the social media world. That would be so much, it would be so much great engagement if the person that you see like balling out, like, are you like, dang, she fine, she got this, he got that, oh my God. And then you go through their page and you found out like that'll make me want to follow them because it's like, you know what? I can relate. I love relatable content. Relatable content. You know, and that's what helps. But let me share something. You talked about identity. So and that thing, self-affliction, like if we could take a day, don't have to worry about what everybody else doing to us. Let's just worry about what we're doing to ourselves.
Listen,
that's self-affliction. You know, it's like when people are cutters, they cut themselves and they bleed out and it hurts. Right? So imagine what you're doing that you don't even know when you self-sabotaging yourself and putting more on you than you can bear and looking at the other person and saying, I should be there where they are. No, your story and your lane is your lane. So self-affliction definitely helps create you a false identity who you are not. So we got to really be careful about self-infliction. And before we point at one person, let's first say, okay, what am I doing to myself that I can change before I even talk about what somebody else can change? I went through a thing called identity theft, right? We know identity theft. People take your information off the internet, things like that. Well, I went through identity theft with a woman. So this woman would come pick me up. She would take me everywhere. She would take me to the store, take me to church. She would buy me stuff. I would go to her house and I would eat. And I would wonder why every time I got home, I would feel drained. Like I couldn't even do nothing. She would have to bring me in the house sometimes and bring my stuff in and say, I'll call you. And she would always be upbeat. And what I realized is that she was like draining me. She was trying to meet all my friends. She was trying to go everywhere I was trying to go. She was trying to become Ebonie. Like she would introduce herself. You know Ebonie. You know, Ebonie said, don't get me wrong, I ain't nobody. Right. You know what I'm saying? But she just was latching on to me. And that's when I learned about, identity theft, not just financially, how people can come in your world and try to take your identity. So I said that to say this, we got to know who we are, right? We got to know who we are. And we got to know why people are trying to come into our world. And we got to be okay with it. Because some people just trying to connect because you great. Because you dope. You got a good hair, you got a good wig on, good weed, you wear good clothes, your kids. Like some people just want to be connected to greatness. Like Paris was talking about. I didn't even know that what she said earlier. But me and her, we clicked. And I think she is just as great as she think I am. And we just have to be able to know that. So we know, me and Paris know why we in each other's lives. Me and Chevelle, I know why we in each other's lives. But other people, they are coming to drain you. They are coming to steal something you don't even have yourself. You don't even know who you are. So we just got to be careful. This whole identity series that you're doing is really amazing because it's making people really think about who you are, what the 5 W's, who, what, when, where, how. You know,
Yep.
about yourself. And when you
Yep.
can answer those questions about yourself, you on a great start to just be able to grow and become a greater, right? Because
Yes.
we think we great now, Paris.
Listen.
Baby, it ain't even started. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, we just started, boo. We just started.
You know,
But that's
go ahead. We all both got.
no, I'm sorry. You get me so excited.
Well, I just want to talk about my hair, okay? Because see, what I do all the time is I do this, right? Like people be like, dang, she keeps touching her hair. What you don't understand, like I used to have no hair, right? My hair used to be brittle and dark black. I used to want to put on a wig. I wanted to look like everybody else. I wanted to perm because I wanted hair like the other person. So my hair is mine. It's natural. I love it. I don't want it to be straight. I want it to be wild. So when I look at myself on the StreamYard, I'll be like,
She's fine.
So it's not about like being arrogant. Like be okay to be confident in what you have and what you got going for you. Whatever that thing you got going for you, rock that thing. Rock that thing. And it don't make a difference what somebody say or what somebody don't say. Rock it. And my hair is my thing right now.
Listen, and it better be, and you better at all times. You better never apologize about it again. Don't bring it up again. I love it. I love all of it, man. Trust me. I love it. Chevelle, people want to be connected to greatness and movers and shakers. Absolutely.
And it's okay.
And you know what? The difference is, and this is something that's so funny that we talk about that right now because I'm gonna give you some terms. Not that you need them, but I'm just gonna give some terms to a lot of because it took me some while to understand what that is. And even why it happens too. I love that you called it identity theft. I'm gonna write that down. I like that. But one of the things that really happens, and the reason you really are drained is because when people, it's almost like they leech on to you. They see what you have, and instead of them trying to produce it in themselves, they want to pull it from you. And it's because it's like, ooh, I think that's amazing. And they just want to latch on. And it's literally like a parasite. And I know that sounds harsh to people. Please don't get me wrong when I say that. What I mean is they literally are saying, hey, you're dope. You're cool. I see where you're going. I don't really know how to do that for myself. And, instead, I'm going to latch on to you. And that sounds cute and it sounds wonderful until you're the person that they're doing it to. And you start to see that you feel emotionally drained. You feel mentally drained. And what it comes down to is that you keep on pouring out. You're pouring out, and you're never being poured into. And relationships should be mutual. There should be a mutual pour, and so that's what happens. And so I love that you brought that up. That's so real. And codependency is also what it's called. It's something that we do.
That's good. And let me just put a disclaimer on that. The reason why first of all, I knew when that girl, I didn't know what the girl was doing, but I knew afterwards that it was bad. It was wrong. But see, I didn't know who I was. So I was just trying to latch on to me. I didn't know. So I couldn't even identify what she was doing until it was over. Like literally, I was in the bed for like 3 days, like sick. Like I don't know what she was feeding. Like that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
I just want to put that disclaimer in there. It's because I didn't know who I was. Somebody else. She knew more who I was.
She knew more about you than you did. But that's
crazy.
But that's where and it happens out there a lot of times because guess what? Somebody could be like, oh, you cute. And you be like, oh, this old, I used to do that all the time. This old shirt, girl, this ain't nothing. This old girl, I got this from the Dollar Tree. And I remember somebody that was wise. They stopped me. They said, hey, they said, I'm not sure what that is. They said, learn to take a compliment. And number one, and number two, you ain't got to tell everybody what your everything is. They say you're trying to, they say you're trying to level the playing field. And when they said it, it hit a nerve in me. Because I did. Let me tell you why. Because I used to hate, and this is so deep when I think back to my childhood. I used to hate when somebody would give somebody a compliment. They'd be all like, oh, yes, I am all this and all that. And that person left feeling less than. The person gave them the compliment. And so to me, what I call myself doing was to say, girl, this old wig is $15. You can too have that. In my mind, I was trying to encourage them to believe I'm no greater than you, baby girl. Whatever's in me, you can have it. In my mind, I was doing that. But what she had to help me with is take the compliment. And if you want to add something to it to encourage them, like now I say this, oh, thank you, girl. And you fabulous too. So I don't take away from the compliment. And then I look into myself, because I had to start looking into myself. What is it about me that used to couldn't take a compliment? What is it about me that was able to really hear nice things? And it was a fight with me about humility. And Dr. Pam Ross said something. She said, a lot of times we try to be humble, but sometimes it's false humility. That's a whole nother something that will preach, because that's when you.
But you know what? But that's what I was gonna say. See, as girls, we're taught that. We're taught that in the home. We're taught. See, boys are taught to be strong.
Yeah.
But girls are taught that. So I do get that. You were just responding with, oh no, and it is false humility, because first of all, what is that? What is that somebody say something to us and we got to identify checklists on where it came from, whose it is, why is this, why is that, why is that? Why we just as women don't know that, you know what? Thank you.
Listen, and sit in the compliment. Somebody taught me that. They pulled my arm one time. It took me a while. I'm gonna be honest. Like the first listen, they pulled my arm and they said, sit in it. And I'm like, what? And I thought, I was like, oh, jittery. And they said, sit in it. And I said, sit in what? They said, sit in a space.
Sit in it. Oh, that hit me in my Shondo.
I'm telling you, girl, it did something for me. As I'm saying, I get tingles because I remember the moment when somebody said, sit in it. They said, you are fabulous. You are amazing. And they said, and it's no explanation needed. Don't say nothing else to it. Sit in it. Because the reason you run out, so what it is, I used to run out of the compliments too bad. Like as soon as they said, oh girl, this ain't nothing. And it's because we were not taught to say that it's okay to be, why do you think I do this with my shirts? You are enough. That at the top, the too much and the extra, baby, that was a personal thing. Because people call me extra all my life. They call me too much all my life. Me and Chevelle was just talking about that the other day. And I know you, and that whole idea that, you are always having to put yourself in the box, quiet down, be a little quiet, be a little bit less,
Girls, I taught that.
To shrink a bit. And I've learned now that all of me as is great. And I'm not going to make you comfortable. I'm not anymore. I don't have to.
Not anymore.
And understanding that I am enough. As I am, you are enough. And guess what? Even if you're doing something that's not my cup of tea, I'm going to let you live. Baby, it's myself. I'm like, I don't even like that type of thing that they do. But I'm like, you know what? I love the way they are comfortable doing it. So I love comfortable doing you. I love everything about this. I knew the outer, and from a few talks, I knew the inner. And I didn't know everything about it. But I knew that this journey of life, you've been through a lot, and I'm sure you didn't tell us even a tenth of the stuff you've been through. But it's not about that. It's about you finding your path, doing the detoxing. You talked about everything I be talking about. You deal with detoxing, figuring out who you are and not who your family think you are, not who your friends think you are, not who the social group think you are, all the other stuff, and understand that you radiate your whole being. And that's what being your core and figuring out who you are and sitting it. And now people look at you like, who she thinks she is. And you can let them know I'm Ebonie Sara.
I mean, from the picture I gave you for the flyer, that is like who I am, right? That is like who I am, and I'm just really excited to walk in it. And whoever else I can help along the way, just show how to walk in it, because we don't have to worry about, forget what they posted, forget what, don't worry about. You just do you. Focus on your content. Focus on you being great. Focus on your loveliness and your beauty, because beauty is not hair, makeup, or, tight shirts, or, booty out. That is not, don't get me wrong. It's enhancements and they're great. But the core is who you believe you are. When I meet people, I tell them I am Well, my name is Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley. And did you see Paris when she came on? She was Ebonie Sara. I got people singing my name because that's who I am. I love it. I love that because I found my identity and nobody ever take it from me. We just build it from here on up.
And you know, I'm a little. My son is gonna say I'm corny. I know. I gotta, y'all gotta excuse him because he think everything I do is corny. But what I want to say in that moment, I just thinking about the Carly B song. When it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. I just hear that. Like when we the idea that like it's up and it's only going up, further up. And guess what? We up here and we stuck up here. Now what? Now that's you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And to live.
But you know what? And I don't want to be up here by myself. I want to bring people with me. You know, like you inviting me to your platform. That's you saying, I see you. I want to share you with my platform. And it's an honor, you know, and I'm excited about that. So yeah, we up and we taking people up with us. And I hope that somebody keep taking me up with them.
And you know what? You spilled out. Well, this is what I love. Somebody told me about, and we're gonna wrap it up in a minute.
Okay. Oh no!
I know. I try to stay within an hour because let me tell you, I already know we
can. Yeah. You got it. Yeah.
But one of the things I used to tell people, because I used to always get depleted, so exhausted, and I learned that someone says you got to stop pouring out of your cup. So let me show y'all my cup. This is your cup. We all have a cup. We fill it up with stuff, right? You can't. What we normally used to do is pour in a little bit into somebody else's cup, pour in a little bit into somebody. That's what we think we're supposed to do. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to have your cup and be filled up. Like you get people to pour into you, whether it's with education, whether it's with encouragement, whether it's with wisdom, all the things you need to fill back up, right? Then you're supposed to be so filled up that it's an overflow. Catch me here, okay?
And
they only can have the overflow. You know why? Because if you keep on pouring out of your cup and you're depleted, that's your fault. Because you allowed your cup to get empty. You're supposed to be so full that your overflow is what feeds them. Okay, I had to learn that biggest lesson I ever learned, and now I'm to the point where I am protective of my space, protective of my peace. I love on everybody. I give as much as I can, but baby, when I start to feel depleted, let me up and fill up, okay? Because I'm only supposed to be pouring from the overflow. Why did I bring that up? I brought that up is because you ooze out an overflow of joy. You ooze out an overflow of confidence. You ooze out an overflow of I'm walking in this thing. And I love it. And I'm glad that you're at the point where you understand it's nothing to be apologetic about. And yes, we want everybody to come with us. But then the great thing I love here is that, hey, I want to go here. And if people are not there yet, that's okay. I love you, no less. But I'm still going there. So be on your path because I see you. And that's why I love to connect to people that are just walking in their own lane. You never gonna hit another car if you stay in your lane. Can't nobody get over into your lane. Can't nobody be Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley better than she can. Not ever. Not never. Nobody can do it. Even if you try, even if they try to take your hair dye color and do the same exact thing, they still won't be you. Not ever, boo. So I love just who you are. I love that you're persevered. I love that you are waking up every day and deciding to be you. And even when it hurts, that you allow yourself to fail and fall. And you allow yourself to feel and then say, you know what, it's okay. It's always tomorrow. And I love just that you're just a loving person. So I am so grateful for this opportunity. You say you're grateful for me, me letting you come on. I'm grateful for you obliging and coming on because I love to talk to people that are real, relatable, and people that just truly have a story. So I love all of it. I think this is super dope. Any last words? If you had to give anybody, if somebody watching you, be like, what is this girl talking about? She used a gang and she did this, all that.
Yeah.
What if they had to say, I need some final words from this lady, what would you tell somebody that was an encouraging word or anything about identity and choosing their path?
Like, don't be afraid to be who you are. You ain't got to try to cover it up. Don't try to put makeup on it. And I'm not saying like natural makeup. I'm just saying you don't have to put nothing on top of it.
Yeah.
Like whoever you are, there are people that need who you are, right? Enhance who you are, but don't try to change it. Like know your identity, know who you are in you, and then everybody else is gonna pick up what you are from who you are confident in. So, man, if I can, man, I just wish I can just like it's so much in my head. Like and be confident. Don't worry about the flaws. Like I told you guys, I have a lazy eye, right? So when I look, like like it's lazy. I've had surgeries, and I've had to learn to own it. So now I hashtag my post left eye because like that's who I am. I'm owning it. So I've learned to take something that's a flaw that I've hated growing up, and I learned to take it in. I'm even gonna give me a shirt that says left eye because that's just who I am, and I'm okay with it. And you know what? I am not in a relationship. I am not dating anyone. I do have a desire to get married. You know what? But if don't no man see this and want it, I ain't finna doctor it up to try to give it to you. Like what you see, don't get me wrong. Be a good woman. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I know those tools, but I'm just saying as far as me, as far as like, hey, how you doing? Like this is who I am. This is who I am. So be you and be okay with it. First, find out who you are, and then be okay with it, flaws and all.
I love it. I love it. I feel so honored to be able to have you come on. And first of all, I know you have so much to say. So I'm sure this will not be the last time that
I
we
appreciate
do this. So, hopefully when I invite you back, you'll have some time in your schedule. I already know the type of businesswoman that you are. You probably gonna be booked up, but hopefully I have a little, thing when I text her. Oh, that's Paris. She was in there before all this.
You know what? Hey, you know how we are. You look, this woman, when I lost my father, like she called me. I shared about a difficulty I was having. She blessed me. She calls and checks on me. Like when I called you the other day, I told you, like your heart is unmatched. And I am so grateful to you for just having a heart towards me and loving me.
Oh, I love you, sis. I really, really do. And it's real, and that's what I love about it. So we're gonna wrap this up. I think y'all, this is an amazing end to our identity series. If you needed a walking example of somebody walking in their identity, listen, I don't have nothing better for you right now. So before we get out of here, if people wanted to reach out to you or contact you or support business, because y'all, let me tell y'all something. She cleans and she do it for real, like she said, on purpose. Okay, so tell them how they can get in touch with you or utilize your services. And I heard you say something about social media, so tell them, listen, whatever you got going, this is your stage. Tell them, man.
Oh man, this plug time. Okay, so I am the owner of On Purpose Cleaning, and we are a boutique cleaning service, which means that we're not trying to compete with the big janitorial services. We have a clientele that we want to specifically just be able to serve, right? We're open 24 hours. The reason why we're open 24 hours because we want to cater to our clients. So the mothers who, don't go to bed till late or need to schedule or just come in late, we work all the time. We can definitely schedule you. You can find me anywhere on the internet at Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley. So it's IG. IG is On Purpose, but Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley is my personal. But On Purpose Cleaning, I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. My website is dropping soon, doing a lot of great things. I'm making a lot of great connections, and we love to clean bathrooms. We love to clean toilets, and we hand clean bathrooms because we want to bring like a boutique service. So what you find at Target, you're not going to find at like a boutique store, right? Because boutique, they cater. They don't make 10 things of one item, right? They cater to the actual person walking in. And that's what my business is grounded on. It's about catering to a certain clientele. And we want to just be able to help. And our slogan is, let us give you your time back.
Let us give you your time back. Because let me tell you something. Ain't no better commodity than time. I'm telling you, I need more of that. So y'all reach out to my girl. I'm telling you, you will not be
And they can call me. Let me just give my number, 630-635-3362. If you have any questions, you can do virtual walkthroughs. I can come to your house, whatever that is. But 630-635-3362. That's the business number.
3362. All right. Call for a consultation.
Yes.
Okay, listen, y'all. I typed it in there so y'all can go in there and check it out. It's gonna be on Facebook and YouTube, so they can get at her. I'm telling you, you will not
get at me, dog.
All this energy. You see this level of just dedication to this. Listen, she one of them people that put on probably something in her ear and get to it and make sure that it's done and done to excellence. I'm telling y'all wanna hook up with her. And I believe that when you hook up to people who are doing amazing things, it's not just, it's an experience. And so I'm just speaking that into your life, Ebonie. It's just, even when you clean, it's not just cleaning. You are giving people an experience of just walking into your presence. And I'm sure people told you that before. I don't even have to go there and ask you that. I already know that's what it is. So y'all get on that. Get on this experience before it's too much for you. Okay, speaking that into existence too. But anyway, I love you, girl, and I appreciate.
I love you too.
And guys, I'm just gonna say this identity thing was dope. We're gonna keep on talking about this stuff. We're gonna keep on talking about mental health awareness. I want us to be whole and happy, and I want us to live full lives. And I want to remind y'all, like I always do, you are enough. And I'm gonna say it every single day until you really start believing it. You're enough to start doing the work. Invest in you. Invest in doing this work. Self-awareness, self-assessment is an investment. It's not always easy, but it's something that's necessary to get to the next part. I guarantee you got to do the work, but you're worth doing the work. Okay. And I love you guys. Have an amazing weekend.
On purpose. On purpose.
Have an amazing weekend. Y'all know what I tell y'all about self-care. Do something nice for yourself, right? Go fix you something nice to eat, or go to a nice restaurant, or go ahead and, fix you a bath. You ain't gonna cost a lot of money. Read the book you always wanted to read. Go out and take some beautiful pictures. Do something good for you. Trust me. Okay. You are worth it. And I love y'all. Thanks for rocking with me. Thank you. Y'all. And we are out.